everybody. This is Brenda Green with the Be Strong Group. I am so glad you're able to join us for our Tuesday chat. Um, I'm Brenda Green. My husband and I founded this nonprofit in honor of our son Braden, who has sickle cell disease. And we wanted to do our part in spreading awareness through education, through advocacy, and through empowerment. So we decided to start this Tuesday chat to introduce different topics and subjects that we can discuss. Most are important to those with sickle cell disease, but they're all important for anyone who want to learn more about sickle cell disease and how they can help. So I'm so glad you're able to join us. I'm glad to be back with you again. But we're always busy, always have a story to tell, um, always advocating, and it's nonstop. So today I'm so excited to share with you our upcoming event, Cycle for Sickle Cell and Blood Drive event on Saturday, August 27th. It's going to be at Eastover Park. This is the ninth annual event, and we're so excited to be partnering with the American Red Cross as well as Richland County Recreation Commission to host this annual event, community event, family friendly. Once again, and if you've been following us on social media, you've seen the post. We're so thankful for our vendors who are already committed to being there, and our sponsors who are already willing to support these efforts and this community activity. So I have a couple of special guests tonight. And of course, I did mention Blood Drive, and that's one of our main initiatives. So we're so excited to once again have Visha Jameson, a fellow sickle cell warrior mom, mom of a warrior, as well as a representative of the American Red Cross. And I am going to bring Miss Visha to the stage. Hey, Visha, how are you?
I am great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Once again, it's so good to have you as a special guest.
I just keep coming back, don't
Just keep coming back. You have some good information. Visha, um, a lot of people know you already. A lot of people know what you do. But for those of you who just haven't stumbled across our Tuesday chat or, need to refresh their memories, tell them a little about yourself and a part of your story.
Awesome. Okay, well, I am Visha Jameson, and I am a mom of a warrior first and foremost. My son is 12, and his name is Draylon, and I actually became an advocate and very passionate about education and outreach after his diagnosis in 2010. Um, I absolutely am a big, big, big advocate, and I am just one that hones in on the education and awareness piece. I absolutely have a passion for just bringing more awareness to sickle cell disease, what it means, what it is, how it affects our not just our babies but also our families, and creating that safe space and just a network for those of us who live this life every single day. I have also taken on another role, which is why I'm here, I guess, in a dual role as a sickle cell account manager for South Carolina with the American Red Cross. And I couldn't have found a more perfect career because the Red Cross is just really, really, really passionate about this initiative and moving forward, just bringing everything that we need in our communities as much as possible to bring awareness to sickle cell disease and to increase our blood supply so that our babies, and I don't care how old they get, they will forever be our babies, so that our babies have blood on the shelves when they need it the most in those most critical moments. So that's just a little about me. I'm just a little, a little country girl, a little mom who is out here in the world fighting and advocating for our babies.
Absolutely. You say little mom, but you're doing big things and these are very important things. And I always, a lot of times when I talk about, our initiative as supporting or encouraging and educating our community about the importance of blood donation, donating blood, and how it impacts those with sickle cell disease, and most time I tell them, because there isn't a cure that's safe for everybody with sickle cell disease, we need to have alternate treatments and therapies. So blood transfusions and exchanges are important treatments and therapies for those with sickle cell disease. Um,
Absolutely.
it can some warriors need it as frequently as every 2 weeks just to live, and then some warriors have to get it in a life-saving event, and that's one that touches home with us because our son received a life-saving blood transfusion, and that's one of the main reasons that motivated us to just be adamant about um, encouraging those who can donate blood and donate regularly in honor of our sickle cell warriors. And while we're speaking about the need for sickle cell warriors, I mean the need. I mean, you can need a blood transfusions. Anybody can be in a car accident. They can, anyone with cancer or some reason end up in a hospital and needing blood. I mean, you can be the one to save their lives. So, but right now we're advocating on behalf of our sickle cell warriors. So, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
that's why we're here.
Absolutely.
So, and Bisha, I'm so glad you're here because as we're coming up on our next blood drive, and this is our third blood drive of the year that we're hosting, and just share some things. Let's just talk about, well, first of all, let's encourage, tell the people where they can go and sign up to donate blood at our next blood drive. Where can they visit?
They can visit www.redcrossblood.org, and we are going to use the sponsor code Be Strong. Be Strong. If you don't remember anything else, remember Red Cross Blood and Be Strong. Sign up, grab your appointments today. Um, we want to make sure that we're able to accommodate everyone. So please go ahead and grab an appointment. It's just like when you go to the doctor's office, you can be a walk in, but you're going to have to sit and wait behind everybody else. So we want you to make an appointment. We want you to be well hydrated. We want you to eat iron rich foods leading up to the blood drive. So make sure you get in those leafy green vegetables, your red meat, so that your iron is high enough to donate. And please, by all means, hydrate. This is a Cycle for Sickle Cell event, so we know that we're going to be hydrating anyway because some of us who are donating will be cycling or walking. But we want to make sure that you are super hydrated. It just makes the process flow a lot smoother. Also, if I can, Brenda, we'll talk about the incentives. Anybody who donates on August 27th, you will receive a $20 Amazon e-gift card. It'll be sent to your email. Days after your donation is processed, and you'll also be able to get a Red Cross exclusive t-shirt. So we've got some cool shirts ahead of the Sickle Cell Awareness Month here, so you'll be one of the first ones to get our Sickle Cell Awareness Month t-shirts. Come on out. Like I said, grab that appointment, redcrossblood.org, and use sponsor code Be Strong. There's a box right at the top right-hand corner that asks for a zip code or sponsor code. Key in that sponsor code Be Strong and secure your appointment.
Find the unmute button. Yeah, sign up today. So as if you really needed an incentive, but I'm telling you right now, those $20 Amazon e-cards do come in handy, as well as those teas. So make sure you sign up today. And because let me tell you, everybody, we really we're kind of behind on our goal, but I know we're going to meet it because we always do. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't sign up today. So
That's
go
right.
ahead and visit redcrossblood.org, enter Be Strong for the sponsor code. You'll see um, the information for the drive. You can pick a time, and if you have a trouble, if you don't see the time you need, message me, and we'll see how we can get you in there. And but then you have your incentives: a $20 Amazon gift card, like Miss Fisha said, and a specialty for the Red Cross. So we're so excited. And the third incentive is you will be saving some lives. Third, fourth, and fifth, because 1 unit of blood. If we had Braden in here, he would say one blood donation can save up to 3 lives. So,
That's
you
right.
know, so
That's
those
right.
are very important incentives of making sure you come out and donate blood. Go, well,
It just
you
hit me.
know,
One other bonus.
where the way our mind set up, we have to say
Right.
what we need to say when it pops in. So
When it pops in, right? And I do that more often than I probably should. But it just popped in mind when you said those incentives. And one other benefit that can actually come into play for the donor is that the Red Cross is still doing sickle cell trait screening. So that is something that we want to definitely definitely place emphasis on, because as we know, that's how sickle cell disease is actually passed on. So two parents who have the trait, there's a 25% chance with each individual pregnancy that that child can be born with sickle cell disease. So having that trait screening is an added benefit, because if you do not know whether you're a carrier of the sickle cell trait, that is one thing that you'll be able to know after your donation is processed as well. You'll get a notification letting you know that you're a carrier of the trait. And I always say this, and I would be remiss if I didn't say it again. If it does not show up on a formal lab result, y'all, please, please, please make sure you definitely know your status. We love Big Mama. We love our ancestors to death. I promise we do. But just because Big Mama said it does not run in our family, that does not mean that you cannot be a carrier of the trait. A lot of times there was not the information, prior to, and I won't say back in the days, but a lot of the information that we have now, our ancestors were not privy to. I'll just say it like that. So we want to make sure that we actually know the facts. You know your status for sure. And this is one of the ways that the Red Cross is actually, yet again, putting that education out there so that you not only become, consistent blood donors, but you also know your trait status. And someone with trait, you absolutely can donate. Okay, just put that out there as well. I have the trait, Brenda has the trait, and we are frequent donors. So you absolutely can donate blood if you have sickle cell trait. But that's just an additional benefit of you donating blood, in addition to your Amazon gift card, your t-shirt, and knowing that your donation has saved up to 3 lives. And you could be one of those special donors that has that blood with those antigens on that are specific to patients with sickle cell. And that will get you in another special sickle cell fighters club, right, where you get these other cool incentives sent to your mailbox throughout the year, and they are super cool. I just got one, if I can show it.
Absolutely. I'm hating that I don't have any. Oh yeah, I do have that.
OMG. I almost hit the floor when I opened this. And I was just saying that I needed this because I'm on the road so much. Y'all, it
Mhm.
is a huge lunchbox, right? But it is a backpack lunchbox.
Hello.
Like, I couldn't have been more
Insulated.
excited. I was trying to zip
Right.
it so you could see the width of it, because it is huge. Number one, I don't want to tear up the zipper here. There we go. It is a look at that,
Wow.
like
Mhm.
OMG, and it's a backpack,
Absolutely. Yes.
insulated lunchbox.
Love
Yes.
it.
So you get cool prizes sent to you, like I said, in the mail. And when you donate frequently throughout the year, those prizes changes. So that's just
Yeah.
another incentive.
So come on, y'all. You got to get LinkedIn. And Visha, I already see we have a couple of questions in the chat. So
Awesome.
one question, is it better to register on the app? And I'm glad she mentioned the app.
Yes, you can, because what happens is you're able to do everything right there in the app. So those of us who have the blood donor app on our phone, we want you to download it. If you do not download, just go to your Apple Store or your Google Play Store and download blood donor app. And it's just a white background with a red blood drop. It's very simple. Download the app. A number of things happen in that app. When you register for the blood drive in the app, you can go ahead, you'll have your rapid pass right there that you'll be able to complete on the day of. And when you do that in the app, it also finds similar drives when you're ready to donate again. Because remember, we want you to be consistent donors every 56 days if you're donating whole blood, or every 112 days if you are a power red donor. So it shows blood drives that are similar to where you've donated before. The other cool thing about the app is, well, a couple other cool things about the app
Mhm.
is that if you do not know your blood type, you'll have it right there in the app. You're able to see your vitals for when you donate it. You're able to see, we do that mini health physical when you first come in. So you'll have those results that'll be there in your app. You're also able to see that trait status. If you do have the trait, that'll populate there. Also, you're able to track your blood journey.
Mhm.
So you're able to see where your blood is in the process, right? Whether it's in storage, whether it's gone to a hospital, wherever your blood is in that journey, you're able to see it right there in the app. And one of the coolest things about the app is that you're able to join Braden's Buddies, right? There is, we get excited about that, right? There is an opportunity for you to join the Be Strong Group's team, right? So that they can track how many lives they've impacted. And that is so monumental because we love seeing how our groups in our local communities are having an impact across the board. So even if you are not here in South Carolina, if you are a regular blood donor, even if you are not a regular blood donor, we want you to download the app. We want you to join Braden's Buddies, join the Be Strong Groups team, okay, so that we can track our impact that we're having across not just South Carolina, but across the world, okay? So yes, long story short, you can absolutely schedule your appointment in the app. Those of you who do not have the app, feel free to use the website and snag that appointment. We want you to get on the schedule.
Absolutely. And it's so many good things about the app. And I know Visha mentioned about joining our team. You can click on impact within the app, type in the Be Strong group, and you'll see Braden's Buddies. You'll get, once you join, you'll get a little wristband that identifies to the world that you are Braden's buddy, and you're a regular blood donor or regular lifesaver. So we appreciate that. And the cool, like Visha also said about the journey, I had pulled up my app, and I know I have a virtual background right now, but my last donation in June, it says you've helped save more than one life. And my donation went to Prisma Health Richland Hospital. So right here, local, you know. So that's the cool thing. But yeah, watching, your blood, where it's going to processing, then testing, then storage, and then completion and saving lives, or that's very, very rewarding in that impact. So make sure you download the Blood Donor app. It's so cool. And you'll be able to keep up with a lot of stuff, even your appointments. So you can, even when the Red Cross call you on the phone, you can say, I already signed up. It's in my app.
That's
So
right, because
you
they
all
will
have
call you. I was looking to see where my last one went. Mine usually goes to Alabama. So I don't know what it is. It must be something specific about my blood type and the antigens that I have on my blood that is specific to a treatment center in Alabama.
Oh, wow,
So,
that's interesting. We have to
yes.
find out about that.
Yes.
So yeah, thanks Angie for that great question. She actually has another question in the chat. So, is it better to donate after the bike ride?
Um,
That.
Yes, because we don't want you to do anything strenuous or any kind of heavy activities after you've donated. Remember, we're taking nutrients from your body, so we want you to be able to relax after you have donated blood. So, yes, Angie, the best thing would be to, after you've done the bike ride, you know how we could reconvene back at the center. We just
Mhm.
sit for a little bit, make sure you get some water in, grab some lunch, get your heart rate down, right? Because your heart rate is going to be pumping while you're cycling. Get your heart rate down. And then come over and donate. So we want to make sure that you're feeling well, that everything is good before you actually get on that bed to donate. And like I said, after you've donated, we want you to be able to relax and just kind of take it easy the rest of the day. So we don't want to be out there cycling and we've just, donated blood. And then we know what the South Carolina weather is like, right? So if it's
Yeah.
hot, you being outside after you've donated, just doing strenuous activity, that's not going to be good. So
Yeah.
get your cycle in. Those of you who will be cycling, make sure you schedule those later appointments, the afternoon appointments to
Mhm.
get in so that you can come back, grab you some lunch, get you some more water in, and then get that heart rate down a bit, relax a little, and then we'll process your donation.
Absolutely. And that just brings us to the point, talking about a little more details about the event. So we're going to be at the Eastover Park on August 27th. From the race will start, or the ride will start at 9. And it's a little over 2 mile course through the beautiful town of Eastover. You can walk, ride your bike. We even have runners who participate. And so, yeah, schedule your blood donation later on in the afternoon, because when you come back to the park, there will be free food. Pelican Ice will be there with some free cools, um, ice, and get your sweets on. Then, I mean, there are different activities there. We'll have different vendors. We're hoping to have some massages there, some therapy. So, loosen up the muscles and get you a little comfortable before you go into the room to donate with our amazing staff at with the Red Cross, who will make you feel absolutely comfortable and treat you like the lifesaver you are. Um,
Yes.
get in there to donate your blood. So yeah, we're so excited. We're excited about all of the businesses in the community who are coming together to support this event, this community event. It's not just for the people in the town, even though we want everybody in the town to come out, but everybody is welcome. It's a family friendly event. You can even bring your pets and let them walk, get their little steps in as well, and just enjoy the fellowship. We're going to have other organization, the James R. Clark Foundation will be there. We will have Able, South Carolina. They will be there. And of course, when I start calling off the name, my brain goes a little blank to get everybody there. But Richland County Parks and Recreation, of course, they're hosting and we'll be there. We'll have the Red Cross there. We're going to have, I mean, the town is in support. So the mayor of Eastover, the town of Eastover, will be there as well as his wife. The food, like I said, will be free and will be provided by the Fish Hole in the town of Eastover that has the amazing food. So check out their menu as well. And we're going to do a shout out to them so you can click on the link to find out what they have to offer there. But we're so happy about all of the support that we're getting. And we'll follow us on our Facebook group and you'll see all of the different vendors who have committed to support this activity and this event. So yeah, we're excited. Visha,
Yes.
okay. Now we talked about them actually, our people actually signing up. We talked about and answered questions about, when you should sign up if you're going to participate in the event. Now here we are coming up a couple of weeks before the event. What should we be doing in prep to be able to be in the best position to donate blood?
Absolutely. So, first of all, I want to back up just a little bit. I want them to be able to celebrate. We're going to get excited. That's number one, because this is our kickoff to Sickle Cell Awareness Month, right? So
Yes.
that's the meat and
Yes.
potatoes of what these
Absolutely.
events are just focused on. So this is our kickoff for Sickle Cell Awareness Month. So we're cycling in Eastover. We're going ahead and doing our blood donation for those who are in the hospitals. Sickle cell crises, they don't have a particular time when they can happen. They don't just affect people during a certain moment or whenever. Crises don't know that we're getting ready to celebrate Sickle Cell Awareness Month, right? So we want to make sure we get those donations in, and we want to be excited because this is our month to really honor our warriors. We do it 365 and 66 on a leap year days per
Mhm.
year, right? But this is the month where it is declared National Sickle Cell Awareness Month. So we really want to highlight and we really want to honor and celebrate our warriors during September. And this is the kickoff event. What better way to start it off, right? So, number one, getting excited leading up to the donation. We also want you to start now. Brenda, me and you, okay?
Mhm. Yeah.
We're going to start now. We always have this thing about the iron, right? So we want to make sure that our iron is high enough to donate. So we want to make sure that we're eating our iron rich foods, our leafy greens, our red meats, our shrimp, these types of things
Our
to
hamburgers.
enhance our hamburgers, right? Absolutely. If you have supplements and if you're like myself who might skip a day or two. This is not the time to be skipping. We want to make sure that we are doing our supplements. If you don't take daily supplements, by no means are either of us doctors, right? So we want you
Right.
to consult with your physician if that's something that you're interested in. But I know some of us do take those supplements to assist with those hemoglobin levels, and we want to also make sure that we're hydrated. That's a big thing, and we want to prep for these. There you go. I did have about, oh, here it is. We want to make sure that you are hydrated. Water is the key, right? If we're looking at our first time donors, okay, we want you to, number one, the first thing we want you to do is to reach out to one of us. We don't want you going out to Google. We don't want you asking Siri. We don't want you to ask Facebook about, blood donations, right? We want you to reach out to one of us or we want you to visit redcrossblood.org and get the facts, okay? Certain things that we hear all the time, I'm afraid of needles, all of these things. We want you to think about those um few moments that mean so much, right? Getting over that little ounce of fear to be able to impact several lives. um we want you to get the facts. Get the facts. So, like I said, reach out to one of us, or either visit redcrossblood.org. If you are concerned about medications, or certain other illnesses that you may have, that all of that information can be found on redcrossblood.org. We want you to click on blood donor, look under the eligibility requirements and get that information there. If there's something that is not clear, then still reach out to one of us. If you are diabetic, if you have other health issues or concerns, you absolutely can donate as long as your diabetes is controlled and you're feeling well. Other illnesses kind of work the same way. Now, there are certain ones that, of course, we absolutely cannot, or certain medications that you won't be able to donate. But like I said, get the facts, get the facts. We don't want you traveling right now outside of certain countries because then that will prolong you being able to donate on the 27th. If it's already planned, then I guess. But
Yeah.
just taking heed to some of those things as well. We will be following whatever our COVID protocols are at the time. Your safety is priority to us. We know that the numbers are on the rise again, so we will be taking extra precautions. We literally wipe down the beds in between each donors. We are still socially distancing, and per requirements of the hosting organization, we will enforce mask mandates at that particular time. So that's just a little bit about, what you can do leading up to the blood drive. The main thing though is getting your appointment. And I'm going to say that again, www.redcrossblood.org, sponsor code Be Strong.
Yes, right there on the screen. I shared it for you. And we do have another special guest coming up who will share some more information and even some information giving the setup of the event and how to make sure those who may have an appointment during the time we're walking or riding our bike, we'll share how you can get in to make sure you can get to your appointment on time, and so we can get that squared away. So, um, yeah, great information, Visha. So the logistics. Once you make your appointment, you get there, you cycle, you walk, or you run. You come back, grab you some food, some hydration, relax a little bit, and visit the vendors, go for your appointment. You're going to check in at your check-in table, and then the amazing staff of the American Red Cross will take over after that, and you'll feel good to go. But yeah, you're going to wait after your appointment, get your snacks, get your Oreo cookies, and your maybe some gummy bears and things like that, and
Fruit
fruit roll up, apple
snack.
juice,
Yeah,
and relax a little bit and visit some more vendors or have a seat. We'll have a cool place for you to just relax after you donate, so you'll be safe to, proceed with your day. So we're
absolutely.
so excited. Bisha, we're going to bring to the stage right now, and I want you to hold tight if you have time to hang on. We have
Absolutely.
another
Right
guest, you all, and it's Captain Bill
Oh,
Connors with
hello.
the Richland County Sheriff Department, Region 8.
Okay.
Hey, Captain Connors, how are you?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm so glad you join us. I know you've been super busy today, but have taken some time out of your busy schedule to talk to our listeners and our followers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, no problem. Now, you're Captain Bill Connors, Region 8, Richland County Sheriff Department. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners as far as about you?
Okay. Well, I've been with the Sheriff's Department 28 years,
Mm.
and I started out as a regular deputy. Went from regular deputy to field training officer to corporal to sergeant, investigator, lieutenant, and captain. I run my own region, which is part of Eastover, Hopkins, and Gadsden. Um, been with the department this long. I love working in this department. When I go to work, it's like going to work for the first time every day. It's fun. We do have our challenges, though, that for sure. We do have some pretty tough challenges, but for the most part, it's great to meet great people, and just being able to help someone is really a blessing.
And and that's one thing I want to follow up on is share with me or share with our listeners some of the importance that you feel with engaging with the community and participating in community events. Why is that important?
Well, the sheriff's department, we believe in community policing. And one of the biggest things with community policing that the sheriff introduced when I first started was getting involved with our communities. And that means attending our community meetings, participating in events, trying to promote good things and to help our youth and to help our seniors, especially those who are alone, and just getting out there and making it safe for our community. There's a lot of things we like to do. We attend community meetings, crime watch meetings. We participate in events like this right here, which I've done for several years, and we love it because of the people and just being able to do something that's helpful and good for our community.
Absolutely. And so, if you all have seen pictures, you've seen us with Captain Connors. And matter of fact, I just saw you all last week at the National Night Out at, in Eastover, different parts of Eastover. So, there's definitely a good relationships within our community there. So we appreciate. And you've already mentioned you've been involved with the Cycle for Sickle Cell event for several
Yeah.
years now. So we're going to talk about that because
Okay.
if anybody has a question about safety when they're riding, riding a bike or walking, we know that sometimes riding the bike on roadways may not be the safest, but can you explain what you and your officers will do to ensure that our participants are safe?
Yes. What we do is the most important thing is to make sure that we can provide road control or traffic control on this road so that we can have our runners, our bikers, and walkers. And so we would shut down the entire main street, and that would block off all of our side roads. And by doing that, we will ensure that there's no vehicle traffic on those roadways. And that's the important thing, is to make sure that people that get out there and want to participate don't have to worry about traffic coming into our lanes, or motorcycles, or anything else that would cause a danger to our walkers, bikers, and runners. So we've done that. We are prepared for that. We normally set up traffic cones at these intersections. We also post deputies at these intersections to make sure that we fortify our intersections to not have traffic enter these areas. And we do it, and we'll stay there as long as we need to. Again, this is something that we feel real proud to be part of, and it's important to keep our folks safe, and we want to keep doing it year round, year again. One of the things I will mention, though, last year we did have a question, and I talked with you, Brenda, about this. We spoke about the subject of getting people to the blood mobile or the blood drive area. And so one of the issues we had was people were coming down Old Eastover Road from the Garner's Ferry direction, and as they were coming in, they were blocked because we had the road shut down. We've decided this year to allow traffic to travel down that main road, but we'll give them instructions as far as driving very slowly and staying on the right side of the road. When they leave, they'll have to leave out the other side, but we don't want to prevent anyone from coming and giving blood. We want to try to remedy that issue. We don't want to confuse people, because some of these folks are probably coming to Eastover for the very first time, and we don't want them to be concerned about making all these turns and this, that, and the other, and confusing them and then frustrating the whole situation. So we've worked on that task. We're going to make that happen. We enjoy it. We're going to have plenty of resources to help out, and of course, the photographs are great, and it's great being with you guys.
Okay, and see that's great. And so that any of our donors who are listening who may be a little hesitant, don't worry, you will get to your appointment on time. Those with the 10 o'clock appointment or and want to get there a little early, no problem. You will find your way. And as far as making sure the streets are safe for those of us who are not professional cyclists and who may not have total control of the braking system of a bicycle. I appreciate you all for being out there so I won't have too many barriers to run into. So I appreciate you and your officers, Captain Connors.
Thank you very much. We're glad to do it. We'll be there to provide any service we need to.
Absolutely. I'm grateful again for Captain Connors joining us this evening, because I truly appreciate, all you do, in the community. And this is the community I grew up in, the community my parents still live in,
Yep.
and the community that we host events at. And it's important to us to know that we're safe when doing so, and to know
Yes.
that if we need anything, all we have to do is call,
That's right.
and support will be there. So thank you once again.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you. And I appreciate y'all inviting us and including us in this podcast, and including us helping out with this great, great thing that we need to do.
Oh, absolutely. And Captain Connors, I'm not going to hold you any longer, because I know you've been busy and still busy, and I appreciate you for joining us.
No, you're very welcome. Thank you again.
All right, take care.
You too.
All right, Bisha, where isn't that wonderful?
Yes, I love it. He's such an awesome guy.
Yeah, he is. So I always appreciate him and in the community, and the example that he sets, and that even others outside of the community can see and witness. So that's
Absolutely.
always a good deal. Um, okay, so we talked about how they can. Oh, how can they sign up?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. www.redcrossblood.org. Use sponsor code Be Strong. And Brenda, as I was sitting here thinking, these donors who go ahead and schedule secure these appointments between maybe now and Friday, maybe like the next 10 to sign up, we might be able to do like a raffle. What do you
You
think
think
about
so?
that? I think I
I
might be
think
able to do a raffle and have something special for them when they show up on August 27th. We have some cool
okay.
prizes that we might be able to give away
All
for
right. So
those who go
how many?
and register.
Okay,
I'll
so
say
those
5. What do you say? 5.
five is fine. Five is
5.
fine. And those who register, who sign up to donate blood beginning today,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
you have a special prize. So I'll go ahead and watch that sign up
That's
list, Deisha, and keep an eye on who signs up, and so we can give them that special prize. And you're going to at the event get a swag bag, the Be Strong Group swag bag anyway. But this is something extra that you
Yes.
will.
And
And
we've been seeing gas prices decrease, but I think it would be awesome if we might have a gas card in the drawing, something like that. What do you think about that? You think that's
now
something
that's
that our
good.
donors would like?
Right. Nobody's going to turn down a gas card now,
Right.
especially for our gas guzzlers. But
Absolutely. So we'll do a drawing for a gas card, and then some other cool prizes.
all right, sounds good. So you guys, redcrossblood.org, we have plenty of appointments for you. And I'm gonna have Braden on maybe next Tuesday or so, and you'll see some of his in our Facebook feed or our Instagram feed, him asking you to help him meet his goal. His goal is always to have 50 people to at least sign up to donate blood. So if you can help Braden reach his goal, you know, that would be great. And he will be happy. So um, go ahead and do that. And we also have, if you follow us on Facebook, you can see our Eventbrite link. You can scan the QR code on the flyer and register for the event. Again, we're going to have a lot of vendors. We're going to have different activities. We're even going to have Able, South Carolina, offering a barrier-free COVID vaccine area within the park. So that's something, and we'll have someone from Able, South Carolina, to explain more next Tuesday on our next Tuesday chat. That's an important thing. So if you or your child needs the COVID vaccine, um, it's going to be available at our event on August the 27th. So that's just one of many things that we're going to have. And we're going to have a DJ. We're going to have music. Mhm. DJ,
Seems like
DJ
my
guys
ancient
will be
Judy.
there. Yes. There. And so we're going to do a shout out. Just follow us on Facebook and you'll see us giving a shout out to all of the vendors who's going to be there just to make this a very fun, um, informational community event. And like I said, it's family friendly. And you can come out to learn. And not only will you learn about sickle cell, but you'll learn about other things that are impacting our community as well. And you'll meet your neighbors and you might meet somebody new. So we're excited
Mhm.
about that. And oh, I want to add also Shop Iron Riders. Those are professional cyclists who will be participating again this year. This year, they're going to do 60 miles. They have a 60-mile course. So they're going to get started a little bit earlier than us. And our stop will be one of their stops along their 60-mile course. And they'll stop and have some lunch and fellowship with us and hydrate and visit the vendors as well and show up in support and cycle for sickle cell. That's what they will be doing on the 27th. They will be cycling 60 miles for sickle cell. So we're so excited about that.
Wow.
And we'll have them on, or Tyrone Mitchell on one of our Tuesday chats before the event, so he could share more about what they are trying to promote and why they support this event. And I know they support anything that's impacting their communities positively. So I'm excited about that. Bisha, I don't see any more questions. Is there anything else you think we should mention? I know we talked about diet and hydration and different questions, and even those who just got off a cruise or just came from one of those islands. Just check the list, go to visit redcrossblood.org, and what was the link they were
Eligibility. They can check the
eligibility?
eligibility. And it's broken down with medication, illnesses, and travel.
Okay. Yeah. So don't let that stop you. And even if you feel like even if you can't after you looked at the eligibility and maybe even talk to someone with the Red Cross, still come. But bring a friend or bring a family member along who can donate on your behalf. Maybe you just donated blood a couple of weeks ago. Well, find somebody who didn't and who are eligible to donate and bring them out, because the need for blood is constant and it's real. You're looking at two moms of warriors, and we can raise our right hand and admit that the need is real. The
It
need
is.
is real. So we are, our babies are the face of that need. And so it's truly life saving and a blessing if you can commit to becoming a regular blood donor. And I mean, hey, your blood is your blood, your red blood cells um,
Regenerate
regenerate more,
or
you know,
replenish.
replenishes itself, and you're going to get it back, and then you'll be able to donate some more. But unfortunately, there's a need for our children with sickle cell disease, because their red blood cells do not live as long or last as long, and they're not as big in a lot of cases, and their functionality isn't the same, and so they need you.
Yeah,
And the only
absolutely.
way that blood cannot be reproduced, so we need you, live beings, to just be able to donate blood.
And Brenda, if I can add, like you said, blood can't be, we can't manufacture it. It can only come from human donations. And like you said earlier, you're looking at two people who have been on the receiving end. We don't get out here and ask for you to donate just because it's cute, right? We have been on the receiving end and understand the importance and the impact that it has in the critical state of our blood supply right now. We were elevated to a crisis back in January because our shelves were critically low. We aren't in a crisis right now, but we are still in a very vulnerable state. And if I can just throw a couple facts out there, for our patients with sickle cell, we know that that is a disease that affects predominantly, not exclusively, African Americans here in the United States. And only about 4% of the donor pool is African American. So if you can think about what that means to families like ours, right? Our most compatible match comes from someone of the same race or ethnicity. And so that's why we push so hard to have that blood on the shelves when our babies need it the most. Like Brenda mentioned, we have warriors who receives those exchanges every every month. We'll just say on a monthly basis. Sometimes, 3 weeks or 4 to 6 weeks, and they have to have multiple units of blood, not just one unit that our babies use in an acute moment, right? But multiple units on a monthly basis to live. And I can attest to being that mom in the hospital who had to wait because the doctors had to evaluate whether my son could receive a unit of blood or whether it was indeed necessary for his treatment. And that was back in November. That was a moment that I will never, ever forget. At that moment, y'all, I couldn't even play my Red Cross card, right? I couldn't even say, hey, can y'all go and get me the units from the back because I work for the Red Cross because we were in such a critical state. So we stress the importance of blood donations, not just for our babies, but like Brenda said, those other illnesses, those other moments where we need a unit of blood. You think about, you could go in for a simple surgery, right? What about those who have those critical moments during surgery where they may bleed out and have to receive a transfusion? What about that new mom, who's lost a lot of blood during childbirth? What about that patient with cancer, right, who needs to receive those platelets? What about those who are prepping for surgery? I always say, it's my baby that I advocate for mostly, but my mom received a transfusion back in 2015 when she had to have open heart surgery, and then in 2018 she had another procedure and had to receive plasma. So when we talk about that one unit saving up to 3 lives, those three components come off of that one unit. So we don't wake up in the morning and plan to be in a car accident and need a transfusion at the end of the day. So it's our families today. It could be yours today. It could be yours, in the next few hours. So we want you to hit that link, www.redcrossblood.org. Use the sponsor code Be Strong, and we want to see your face in the place on August 27th, rolling up a sleeve and honoring our warriors. Y'all take those selfies and send it to someone you know and say, I did something in your honor today. We want to celebrate them in a grand fashion, especially during Sickle Cell Awareness Month. And this is the kickoff. So, what
Yeah.
better way to set the tone, right?
Absolutely. So I'm so glad you mentioned that earlier. And again, yes, this is our kickoff event to Sickle Cell Awareness Month, and we'll keep you updated to uh, other activities that will be hosted during the month of September. But yeah, just to get you ready and take that selfie and send it to a warrior that you may know and that you're thinking of and donating for. And you could just post it in, because there are plenty of warriors out there, even if you don't know them. They're out there. So we appreciate you. So I thank you all for listening this evening. One thing for sure, that if we have a Tuesday chat, we're going to share about this initiative of encouraging our community to donate blood. And I don't want to start a new topic, but we have to understand that it's more to our blood than just O positive, O negative. It's deeper than that, and it's so important to get everybody to become a blood donor, but especially members of the Black community and the Latino community. We need to diversify the blood supply, so the the best match blood is available to those who need it. So you're meeting a very critical need. So we appreciate you. So we'll be back next Tuesday. I know we took a little time off, but we have a lot of content, but we've been busy and we want to share what we've been doing during our time off, because it's never a day of nothing. So it's always some type of advocacy and work that's going on, but that's good stuff. And I know Visha has mentioned it before. We feel it's a part of our purpose in doing what we do. So Visha, thank you. I appreciate the partnership that we have with the American Red Cross. And I'm going to say this: there's a reason why I partner with our organization partners with the American Red Cross, because they truly understand the need. Okay, here you have the Red Cross Sickle Cell account manager who is a mom of a warrior and who understands how important this need is. Okay, you have the regional person who is personally connected to who has a relative who has sickle cell disease. So this is real. This is genuine. It's nothing for just a bunch of clicks, but they recognize the need, and it's important. There is an initiative that is for sickle cell disease. So that's the reason why we appreciate this partnership, and that we know that all of the work that needs to be done to encourage our communities to become regular blood donors are going to be done. Anything that we need to make sure that blood supply is is there and available, they're going to do what they need to do to make sure. So thank you, Visha, since you're the face of the American
Absolutely
Red Cross right
welcome.
now. I, so I appreciate you. So
Absolutely.
Is there any closing thoughts you want to give to those who are listening now and to those who will be listening on the replay?
No closing thoughts. Just we look to see each of you on August 27th. Again, the link redcrossblood.org. Use that sponsor code Be Strong. And if you absolutely cannot donate, consider hosting. Consider being a sponsor. Like Brenda said, if you can't recruit somebody who can in your place, I always say it takes two people to, replace you. So recruit two people to donate on the 27th. And if you cannot, then we ask that you consider being a host as well. Just like Brenda said, this is a full initiative, and others who work in my role across the United States, we're connected in some form or fashion, either moms of warriors, family members of warriors, or warriors themselves. So we appreciate partners such as the Be Strong group who do this on a continuous basis, and they put it out there in the community, and they are loyal, dedicated, and committed to the Sickle Cell Initiative. And, so we are grateful. We thank you. And to each and every one of you that's listening, we encourage you to go ahead and grab your appointment, and we'll see you on the 27th.
See you on the 27th, but I'll see you first on next Tuesday at
That's
6
right.
Yes, live on Facebook and our YouTube channel. Hey, you guys, hop on over to YouTube if you're not watching on YouTube and subscribe. We don't have that many subscribers, but you can help us subscribe
Right.
on the YouTube channel. All right, that's it, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you again for joining us, and I'll see you next week. Bye.